Hi, it's Lynn, your adulting coach. Catherine sent me a message via Facebook Messenger about her son. She says that he yells a lot. And I'm sure the thought in parentheses there is he yells a lot and I hate it, or I don't like it, or it's really uncomfortable for me when this happens. It's really important that we do notice all of the thoughts that go on, because then we can we can sort out what's happening and decide not to do anything or decide to do something, but at least we know what's happening inside of our brains, and that's the part of life that we can control. So we want to help him make better decisions, respond better to the thoughts that are happening in his head that are creating that anger that we see as yelling. And it's important for us to notice that every behavior is a form of communication. And let's separate out what we can and cannot control. He's having these thoughts that are creating this emotion, which inspire the action of yelling, which creates the result of, I think, maybe getting it out, blaming somebody else. I'm not sure, but I know what he's trying to do is to feel better. Here's the problem. The real result is that he doesn't feel any better. He just keeps spinning. So we have to figure that out. So the first thing we need to do is accept that the autistic brain is kind of hyper aroused, and it doesn't take much to for fear to trigger these kinds of reactions. The thought of I'm not good enough, or my life's not going the way it should. Those are the two overarching themes that every human experiences. Those are the two worries that we all have. So let's accept that he has those worries, and he also has these patterns of responding to those worries in a way that creates that anger. Like, this should not be happening to me, or why am I not the way I need to be in order to do better here? I don't know what's going on. It's not easy to help him when you don't know what's going on, and that's why we need to follow these 7 practices. So let's focus on ourselves and make sure that we do believe that by slowing things down, by helping him feel safe, staying in love, being optimistic that we can figure this out. There's a long runway in front of them. What we want to do is guide them so that the actions, the patterns that they take are more productive for them. And then, of course, we want to use our wise brain, because we know what's happened in the past. We know what's worked for us, and we really want to do what we can to just be in a good place to encourage, to warn, and to collaborate. So when we do connect with him, when we do connect with our kids, it's going to look like you're really mad because, and whatever, fill in the blank, life isn't going the way you want it to. You're angry because life is not going your way. It needs to be a short validation. And then we need to zip the lip and listen. And sometimes we need to take notes, because they can go on for a good amount of time, and we want to make sure that we capture whatever those thoughts are. And they suggest that humans have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. That's a lot of thinking. So if we write down 10 of their thoughts, we're still only getting a tiny fraction of what's been going on. But hopefully, because we think the same thoughts 95% of the time in any given day we thought yesterday, let me rephrase that. We repeat 95% of our thoughts in any given day. So by listening and noticing the thoughts that they're having, we're going to probably get a good idea of what they might be thinking tomorrow, if we don't slow things down and see what we can do to help them respond better. And that's where the connection piece happens. That's where we build the trust that they need to have with us so that they will come to us and ask us for help. And I know it doesn't seem like he's asking for help when he's screaming at you, but that's basically what he's doing. He's asking for help because he can't, when they're screaming, they're so heightened in that emotional state, their thinking brain is offline. It's just not working. And now we want to help him structure his life, structure around what it is. We anchor first, and we anchor always in what he wants in the future. And I know that he has a future in mind. I know that he has a vision of what he wants to be doing. Let's just say this summer. So can we just make sure that we are reinforcing any time we get the opportunity that we are there to support him in achieving that goal? And we want to say it quickly. We want to say, I know it's important to get to Europe this summer, whatever it is that he wants to do. And it's going to be kind of scary doing that. I mean, I'm glad that travel is available to so many of us. I think it really expands our brain. It pushes us out of our comfort zones, which helps us grow new skills so that we can become more and more independent. I think this is a great thing. The trick, though, is that we've got to teach them how to go ahead and feel that fear. So the first step is identifying the situation. Something didn't happen the way he thought it ought to, and his thought about it. So there's a situation, that's a fact, something that 8 billion people would agree with. His thought, that's the what, this is the so what. His thought and his emotion, that thought emotion combination is creating, it's going to flavor the action that's going to get him the outcome that he's creating. So we need to pin down and sort out some of those thoughts so he understands that he's creating this himself and that you're there to help him create what he wants. And that's by identifying the very next smallest step that he is confident he can do, that he expects he's going to be able to achieve, and that it's important to him. And we look also, that's going to maximize his motivation, and we want to minimize his distractions. So we want to make sure that there's a clear link between doing this action and what he wants. That's going to help minimize, give him that focus, and that there's a reward that isn't too far off. You know, the reward would be in July. So that's only April, May, June. That's only 3 months away. So we want to make sure that we maximize his motivation and minimize his distractions so that he will take this action. And then we come back, we circle back a day or two or a week later, and we say, how'd it go? What went well? What could be better? So we are always either winning or we're learning, because we learn more from our mistakes than we do from when we win, and we don't want to lose the value that's in those mistakes. And so we need to take the time to scribe what's happening. And of course, I recommend you put that in his life GPS. I'll tell you all about how some more of the details of more of the tools of how to get through those 7 practices in the easiest way possible. And the tools will be so simple you can write them on the back of a napkin. This is not complicated, but we do want to have a whole cabinet full of tools that we can apply to whatever situation we're in, and to figure out where we've gotten stuck in those 7 practices, because we're always stuck in there somewhere. If it's not accepting or believing or connecting, it's anchoring, thinking, acting, and then partnering. So we have to figure out where we're stuck and what tools we need to apply to get better at that. So please join me inside The Art of Adulting. I would love to help you one-on-one with specifically whatever struggle you're facing. Bye for now.